insights of event planning, branding, and business success. I'm your host, Chosen Jones, CEO of Chosen Culture, Party Rentals and Event Planning, where we create luxury on a budget. Today's episode is all about branding and marketing strategies to elevate your event business. And we've got powerhouse guests with us, Guru Brittany Alexis, brand and marketing expert and the CEO of Positive Vibes and Brand Crush Mondays. If you are an event planner, entrepreneur, or just starting out, this is the episode for you. Welcome, Brittany, to the channel. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So we know that branding is everything, right? So for event planners, what would you say is a really good way to brand? And what does branding really mean for event planners such as myself?
Yeah, so for event planners, I would say that your brand, you are your brand, right? So you being the face of the brand, you represent your brand for yourself, right? But then I kind of come in where brand identity is a key factor, right? So your brand identity is not just your logo, but it's your logo, it's your color palette that goes with your brand, different font selections that go with your brand, typography, things of that nature that help bring the brand identity together. So having a clean, solid brand identity that helps your customers recognize you as your brand also.
Okay. So here is just a little picture of my logo here, right? I'm not sure. And it's pretty much represents my personality, the queen, the essence, and I love to have my head wrapped a lot. So this kind of identifies with me. So I incorporated that, and then I'm from New York, so I incorporated the liberty and then my name and everything like that. So do you, and this is the gold and the black is my colors and white I've
Mhm.
incorporated. What do you think? Do you think that that's symbolizing what I'm bringing to as far as branding my business?
Yeah, so it's so funny you ask that because a lot of my clients they like to incorporate things that they like, right? They're like, "Oh, well, I love this and this is my favorite, so I want to include that in my brand." But as a business owner, it's not always up to what you like. It's all about what your audience likes. And so that's why I think it's super important to understand who your target audience is, understand what they like, understand what types of colors they like, so that you can incorporate that into your brand because ultimately you want to attract your audience, right? Um, and that's okay. Like we can have our favorite things, we can have our favorite colors, but at the end of the day, it's super important to have and include in your brand what's attractive to your audience, and
Mhm.
not just you.
Then I've had people even ask to buy the shirt. They just because they just like the queen that I have.
Yeah.
So they would say, "Can I have the shirt?" And I'm thinking, "Oh, okay." So I love that you said that. But let's get real about Chosen Culture New York a bit. What are some ways that I can strengthen my brand positioning?
Yeah, so some ways that you can strengthen your brand positioning is really just understanding who you're marketing to, right? So, who would you say is your audience?
Well, it's everyone could come. It's the whole entire culture. Whether
Mhm.
you are, planning a wedding, whether you're planning a retirement party, or if you need decor, it's just one stop and shop, one stop and rent for all events, luxury on a budget. So we include everyone to come in. It doesn't matter if you're Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Jewish. Our doors are open. So how do I get everyone, brand for everyone to know that we're available? What would you say we should do?
So, I definitely think catering to everyone is amazing. However, I do think when it comes to your brand, I definitely think you could maybe niche down a little bit, just to kind of hone in on a particular niche or niche. I never know which word is which. Is
I
it
think they
niche
both
or
sound
niche?
good. Niche,
Okay.
not.
I say
Yeah.
niche, but some people say niche. But
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely think it's important to niche down a bit, just so that you can actually cater and market to a certain um, part of your audience.
So, like for instance, in this area where I'm at, I'm located in the heart of Brooklyn. Okay, we're 5 minutes down from the Barclays Center, and then we've got one area of all predominantly Jewish, and then you have a whole 2 or 3 blocks of predominantly Caucasian, and then literally in the corner you may have African American. So it's just a mixture here.
Mhm.
So what would you suggest, me actually being a new company in the area, how do I market to all of them? Because they're here, this is their neighborhood,
Right.
so it's not like I'm just saying because I do weddings and I'm a wedding officiant, I just want all the
Mhm.
brides. No, if you're
Right.
having a sweet 16, or even if you're having like a Ramadan, where at the end the Muslims are celebrating the end of the fasting, they're also able to come in, like on a regular weekday, they're able to pray. We also do ASL training course
Mm.
classes where American Sign Language instructor comes in on Saturdays and teaches American. So it's it's a variety of different things that Chosen Culture New York is offering. But when you
Yeah.
say narrowing it down to a niche or notch, it's like you said, I don't want to be all over the place, but I definitely want to target m- who's going to say, okay, we need you, and we need you next
Right.
weekend. We need you the next weekend, and we need you your next weekend. What do you think? I'm
Yeah, so
thinking.
I would say definitely maybe you could go geographically, right? You're in New York City. Maybe you can position yourself as the ultimate, event space in NYC. We're the
Yes,
premier, like we're the ultimate space because you cater to it all. You cater to weddings, you cater to events. I mean, you could position yourself as like we are the ultimate space in New York City that you want to
right.
come to.
And though our event space at this time now is small, where we can cater to more intimate events, 50 inside, 80 outside. I am looking to expand to where we can, get at least 500 people in the building at one time. But we know that marketing is a game changer for business. What are the top marketing strategies that you think works right now? When people say stop putting all your business out there on Facebook, I brand on Facebook all day. Well, I know that I learned the difference now, branding and marketing. I market on Facebook all day. And so, but what do you think is more of a best
Yeah.
strategy?
So as far as like being effective, I definitely say having a strong online presence is key. Because I'm into branding, but I'm more into the design space when it comes to branding. So I'm more into brand design. But definitely having a solid online presence is key. So when they come to your website, your website is seamless. Your website is easy to navigate. There is clear, people when they come on, they know exactly what it is that you do. They know exactly where you are and what you offer. So that's the first one. The second one I would say is running ads, sponsor ads in your local area, especially because you're in New York. I would definitely do like those targeted ads by zip code
Mhm.
on Facebook and on Instagram as well. I think they're connected together. Um,
I'm gonna make you laugh. Do you think the good old flyers and walking and putting them in your mailbox, handing them out in the parking lot,
Absolutely.
putting them in the because that's what I've been doing. I mean,
Absolutely.
I was hitting the pavement.
No, 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 no. Absolutely. And I know that we are in like a digital world, like we're in a digital era now, but I'm
Mhm.
totally like old school when it comes to marketing. So I still have printed business cards. I still have, printed marketing material. So I definitely think networking and going around and getting yourself out there is key. I mean, even like hiring like a promo team to go hit the cars at the mall or something. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Like I think that's super effective because when people have something tangible that they can look at and they can feel and they can see it, you know,
Mhm.
people will remember you better. When you're
Absolutely.
online, you scrolling. I mean, you scrolling and you don't see it no more. Unless you're running an ad or something.
And then
But
you know something? Another thing that I noticed that helps too, being in front of people's face, meaning
yes,
like sending that email out all the time. Like it may
hmm
seem harassing, like but usually it's like, okay, now I need her. So now Chosen's in my inbox. I seen Chosen last week doing this special. So now I need Chosen. I remember Chosen. So presence and being right there, front and center, is is something that you would say is essential to the brand, and let
Yeah,
people know we out
absolutely.
here.
Visibility. Visibility is key. You definitely want to have a strong visibility. So, like if you are sending out email campaigns and then, simultaneously posting on social media, and then, like I said, networking in person, getting your name out there, just meeting people, talking to people, I think that helps a lot too. Because people have that personal connection. And like I said in the
Mhm.
beginning of the call, you are your brand. So your
Yes.
personality will sell. People really buy more into people than they buy into the
Exactly.
brand.
So, you said something a little bit that about digital marketing. Could you just give us a little example about more of a so like you said, coming away from the old school, hitting the pavements, and transferring over to the digital field? How do you think that that can help entrepreneurs more?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're in a digital era. I mean, with social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I mean, this is the digital era. So I definitely think you should take advantage of utilizing all of the platforms that are available in the digital space. Um, Outside of that, like I said, email blast,
What,
email marketing is key.
what platforms do you think are better?
TikTok,
Mhm.
Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
YouTube. Those are the top
LinkedIn.
platforms.
Do
LinkedIn,
you think
LinkedIn is
LinkedIn?
good too.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
like posting events, even though it's not, I always thought LinkedIn was for people if I wanted to hire people, but it is also good to let people know about my promotions, specials that I got going on, and discounts. It's
absolutely.
good to use LinkedIn. There
Absolutely.
was
And even just
another.
connecting with people. Like I reach out to people on LinkedIn all the time. If I see somebody who's in my field or see someone who may be interested in what I offer, I'm definitely gonna be reaching out to them on LinkedIn and just making a connection.
Yes. All right. So I want to put Chosen Culture New York's website to the test. I know you had an opportunity to take a look at it,
Yes.
and
I actually have it
automatically.
pulled up right now.
Okay. So just starting out, how would you, when you go into the website, be honest, I'm all good for, positive reinforcements, but how you think, what is the customer seeing when they come in there into the website?
I just want to ask you really quick, is it Chosen Culture Party Rentals or is it a different site?
So it's chosenculturepартyrentals.com.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So,
I
from
have
my
another website though that I just set up for the New York wedding officiant so that I can
okay.
get all the brides coming in for that, you know.
So what I will say is when I pull up your website on Google, you have yourself positioned well. I mean, you have your business listing pops right up. You have your event space website is number one actually ranking on Google, so that's great.
Oh
Um,
wow, I didn't know that.
so when I go to your site, So when I go to your site, I see best rates in the tri-state. Okay, you have it where they can book 360 rentals. Okay, party chairs. Okay, so it's just kind of straightforward on the website. It's just kind of come on and book.
Right. And
Okay,
then I want them to do, and because the website is like, okay, this is what we have, book. But what I want them to do is call them. Call me because I want to give them the experience.
okay,
Find out what their themes are, what's going on, how many people, so that I can offer them a whole package and more value for what they're looking for.
right. Yeah. So like I said, it looks like your website is pretty straightforward. I would definitely maybe create more of like a actual home page, like a landing page where they can come on. They can, maybe you have like a landing image where it's just a
I do have
generic.
one. I was
Okay.
just trying to figure out how to put that on. I need to learn how to copy and paste and put that on my page. So when you come up, I think I just did it through one of these apps that I'm working now. But
Okay.
I do have a landing page. So I'm going to work on that and put that on it so it can just jump up and say,
Mhm.
give an idea of what is going on, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think that landing page will help. And then
Okay.
maybe have a button on your landing page that says book now, and then it
Now,
takes you to this page, right? And then also having a contact us page is important too, because you said you wanted people to be able to do a
so is it
consultation.
on
So
there? Do you see
no,
it on
I
there?
don't see a contact page.
If you clock over like I do, I have a home page, which I'm gonna fix that to where that's a better landing page. And then
Okay.
it's up at the top. You or at the fair right side, you should say contact us. No?
Mm-mm. I see let's chat at the bottom, like a little chat box.
Mm.
Oh, get in touch right here. Okay, I do see
Uh-huh.
this AI site chat that you have,
Yeah, and I
but
added that,
it's
the
not
AI.
visible. It's not visible,
Oh,
so you
okay.
want to make that more visible.
So I need to bring that up a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
I will
maybe
work.
having that on the top header. So like how you have all of these different categories to book, you should do
Mhm.
like a homepage tab, about tab, and then a contact us tab, and then a
And
book
that's the
tab.
thing. I think it's the way I might have it set up because I should have that. And that's why sometimes you need experts in, you know what I mean?
So this
But we
is what
trying
I
to save
see
some money.
when I come here.
Uh-huh.
You see that?
Yeah.
So it's just like the location booking, and then you have like all these rentals. But that's pretty much it. There's
But
nothing.
what I'm trying to where is the homepage? I think that when I was messing around with it the other day to try to kind of get that call to action
Hmm.
um a little bit more there, I think I might have change some settings, but I am going to look into that. And like I said, because that's where that whole homepage lets us know, lets our customers know what we are, how we establish and
Exactly.
all that and
Yeah.
everything. So I got to check that setting. All right, but thank you so much for looking at it and giving me your honest
Yeah.
opinion.
Of
Okay,
course. Yeah.
Brittany, I'm gonna
Call
tell
to
you.
actions are important for sure.
And branding isn't all about spending money. It's all about building a reputation. However, I learned that it is worth the investment to
Absolutely.
someone like yourself that does web designs. you know it's good to have someone say, hey, listen, this is what we need to do so that we can get that customer
Hmm.
transaction flowing just effortlessly. So
Absolutely. And you know what I was thinking when I was tuned in the other day with you and Carly, you guys were talking about the difference between 7-Eleven and Starbucks. And I really wanted to chime in because I'm like, okay, branding is the difference between 7-Eleven and Starbucks.
mhm.
Starbucks has like a full experience to their brand, right? They have, just the green logo, the color palette, the logo. They have the app where you can get points and
Yeah, you can
stars.
come in free
It's a full
Wi-Fi.
experience. You can come in, enjoy the Wi-Fi, and then 7-Eleven is just, oh, you can go in and grab a quick coffee. You know what I mean? So branding is everything. I mean, not even just the logo or the colors or anything. It's about the experience that you give to your audience. Um,
So with that being said, you brought up that point, and that's what I was telling her yesterday. I was saying here is we're here at Chosen Coach in New York and Lounge and Event Space. We're offering the whole experience. So
yeah,
even though she mentioned that maybe selling cups of coffee is not your niche or where all your your revenue is going to come, but that's what we just added coffee because we were saying, hey, if you're coming by, you might want a cup of coffee. Now you have access to the Wi-Fi. You can watch the news. You can watch sports in the evening. You can do your homework with your kids during the daytime, if you become a member. So, and we wanted to offer that whole experience opposed to someone else, that may be in the neighborhood that just offers a booth and a lines down the door, down the to the corner of, and they're just offering coffee. So she said, well, you know what, you need to get out there and you know it show the people what you got as far as the coffee. But and my response to that, I'm like, we've got logos, we've got signs, we've got a whole space, and we're saying, come in. So what would be the pushback, and how do I push back to get more people in the door? Still there? Uh-oh, Brittany. Oh, we're freezing up. Oh, you're freezing up. Oh, okay. Well, I think we might have lost Brittany. But it was just an amazing, amazing time getting her advice. And I am definitely going to get with the brand and marketing guru. Okay. She does all of the websites. So anyone that wants to invest and just kind of get an analyst of how your website is doing, like I did. And I am going to work with my girl Brittany, another contestant of season 3 of The Real Entrepreneur. Okay. So I guess, we're going to all work together and may the best person win it, right? We're going to win it all, right? But it's all about networking and getting in the room with like-minded individuals, like I said. And that's what it's all about. Okay. Shout out to Brittany. Thank you again for joining us today with your expertise